Imagine you are living your life, experiencing things, when one day you become nothing. You feel nothing, but it is not a darkness or a lack of sound. You simply do not exist. You do not know this has happened. You cannot even feel time pass. You are no longer conscious, and this lasts forever and ever. You never wake up. This is known as death. Some people deny the true nature of death by claiming you have a magic part of you called a soul that experiences an afterlife. Some people just try not to think about it. But unless humanity does something, this is the fate of every being on our planet. But what if we could stop death? Death by aging is a problem at the genetic level, and how to solve it is a topic for another video, but imagine we could. Now imagine a utopia where we stopped death. We don't necessarily need society to be a utopia in order to stop death, but imagine what a perfect future society would look like. A society where no one has to work. Here, machines would do all the labor, thus people would not have to work to survive. There would be spaceships flying from solar system to solar system, using wormholes to instantaneously travel through space and time. There would be entire planets where robots grew crops and built raw materials. But what would humans do? Well, first, humans would enjoy all sorts of entertainments. But also, humans would spend time learning new skills, searching their deepest inclinations and using them to do things that are creative. That would be what humans get to do. Stopping death would have several problems. Firstly, it would cause the planets to have overpopulation. We could colonize other planets such as Mars or asteroids too, but eventually we would need to reach out to other solar systems. The problem is that a beam of light takes billions of years to reach other stars, and light is the fastest thing in the universe. And relativity would be a problem too. Years might pass in one solar system, while months are passing in another. So we would need wormholes that can create passageways through space and time. Would immortality really be living forever though? Parts of our body are being replaced all the times. All our cells are different after 7 years. Well, our brains have cells that last our entire lives. While it is true that brain cells get damaged and that our brains can make new cells, our brain cells still last long enough to last our entire lives. But if you are immortal, you may find that your brain ends up getting replaced too. Whether brain cells are replaced anyways when the lipids and chemicals are being repaired is an entirely different matter. But we would need something to protect our brain. We would need to put the conscious part of our brain in a jar that connects to the rest of our brain via a Wi-Fi signal. What part of the brain is responsible for consciousness? I don't know. What about our memories, though? People ask, if you were immortal, wouldn't you run out of room in your memory? To this I say that people forget things that are unimportant all the time in order to make room for new memories. Also, the human brain is plastic, even if it is not plastic enough to fully adapt to eternal life. If people started having problems, they could invent therapies and medicines to help people. Also, there would be the problem of trying to stop the end of the universe. Assuming we could stop solar systems from dying off, we would still run into a major problem, the Big Crunch. It is basically the opposite of the Big Bang. We would need to stop this. Some people think that the Big Crunch is when time starts over and everything repeats itself. I think this is unlikely, but it would partially make death a lot less scary. But it would suck repeating the same life over and over, making the same mistakes over and over for all eternity. Instead of getting to live forever and experiencing new things, you get to die over and over and experience the same thing over and over again. Anyways, there will always be naysayers trying to come up with a reason why immortality is bad due to centuries of brainwashing about death. But if we were capable of curing death, and we are, by the way, we need to do it. In fact, it is vital and necessary. One more tough question for my audience to chew on. Suppose that people spent eternity creating things and eventually came up with all of the ideas for every single fictional story possible. Now imagine this sort of thing happened with all the creative fields. What would people do once all the creative ideas ran out? If people no longer create things, what would they have in order to do? Anyways, I just wanted to talk about humans achieving immortality and all the problems our species would have to solve in the future. I hope this video didn't scare anybody too much, and if it did, I am sorry. Anyways, peace out, guys.